Hello? It's Adam Apocalypse here. This is the first video that I will be doing. Hopefully it will be first of many, where I will discuss life and Kirk Cameron and things like that. So this is just a little bit of an introduction. Yesterday I held a silly contest to give away this Harry Houdini action figure that I bought in Las Vegas on my honeymoon. And actually, after I held the contest, I realized that this thing is sort of mildly sentimental, and I wonder if it was a mistake to give it to the winner. So, something to talk about. What is Adam working on? Well, Adam is working on a movie. It is called The Insanity of Astronauts, and actually it's done filming, and all that needs to be done is the editing. Okay, so soon it actually stars a few different people you may know, like Josh, Maya, and Nardi, and some other people maybe, who knows. It will be free for download when it is complete, but you can donate any sort of monies if you like. The movie is going to be about 35 minutes long, perhaps longer. What is it about? Well, I'm glad you asked. It is about a guy who basically meets up with another guy on the internet. Now, I know what you're thinking. No, it's not that sort of meetup. It's something to do with some sort of mysterious conspiracy, some cryptic type of stuff, and the characters are, well, Barry is the guy who goes to the hotel, and he meets Mr. Venus, played by Josh Myers, in a smashing performance of a man who is paranoid. Speaking of movies, your homework assignment is to watch the movie called Death Laid an Egg. Find it and watch it, and you may write me a small essay on it, in which I will reward you a prize. And let's talk about Kirk Cameron. Every video I do, I will talk about Kirk Cameron, because I think that he's worth talking about. You may know him from the sitcom Growing Pains. He was also in a movie called, I believe it was called like Father Like Son, I think so. It was sort of like that movie Vice Versa with Fred Savage and Judge Reinhold, where they switched, the father and son switch bodies. I believe Vice Versa was a much better movie. Well, and Kirk Cameron might have done a few other small movies, but then he was a born-again Christian during the last season or two of Growing Pains. He was converted, born again, so he kind of stopped doing really, major things, and instead was doing Christian movies. You may know the blockbuster Fireproof, where he plays a firefighter who probably talks about Jesus and, helps his marriage or something. And then he was in some of those Rapture type of movies, those Left Behind movies. But you might know him more now by his adamant stance against abortion, gay people, and anything that's against his religion. But I will say this for the guy. He's a nice guy. He says everything that he says in a nice, sweet tone of voice that you almost don't want to hurt him for his bigoted views. You just want to squeeze his cheeks and say, "Oh, Kirk Cameron, you're so cute." Piers Morgan asked him on a talk show, what if you had a gay child? What if your son or daughter said, "Dad, I'm gay"? Well, you know what he would do? He would have a heart-to-heart with that kid. And this is what he said. He said he'd have a heart-to-heart and basically tell him that just because the heart wants something doesn't mean that you should go after it. Absurd, isn't it? But anyway, Kirk Cameron is also against evolution. He thinks it's ridiculous. He always brings up the crocoduck. It's a half duck, half crocodile. Why is there no crocoduck? Why is there no record of such thing? There is none, hence evolution false. Well, Kirk Cameron, I think I'm going to probably write a book or two about Kirk Cameron. Maybe a religious fiction book, something that's sort of like an end of the world apocalypse with Kirk Cameron. That's what I think I will do. Who wants to read it? Write me, leave me a message, and tell me. You can also tell Jordan Crawl, and he'll pass the message along to me. I'm the only person that he talks to on the phone. Jordan Crawl does not like phone calls. He doesn't even really like talking to people face to face, but he will call me sometimes. But he usually calls me in the middle of the night when I am sleeping. Okay, one last thing before I go. Adam Apocalypse. Apocalyptic penetration. Now put your nose to the screen and sniff my finger. Sniff my apocalyptic finger. Yes. Yes. Sniff it. Sniff it.